So I'm on my way to go to a cafe so I can read The Wealth of Nations. I'm planning on reading as much as possible, skipping meals, just to get right into it, because it's been quite a while now. But I wanted to talk more about the book in terms of my thoughts on like theoretical basis, what I think, how it applies to today. So I recently had a theory that I came up with about maybe a month ago, and I told my friend, and I want to record this video so I don't forget. So basically what it is that essentially I've came up with the concept of like a health meter, I guess you could say, for economics. So for example, that even though to create a wealthy nation you need basically it needs to get improved, and basically once it's improved, then the labor, well, I shouldn't say the labor, but the value of the commodities of things like silver and stuff like that become more have higher value in those areas. And I would say I think labor also increases in value as well, but not as much as I would think as the commodities that are basically go beyond just food, So the reason why I mention this is because, for example, we're in the U.S. where we basically kind of recycled this method of improvement, but sort of at the cost of how do I say this, of those foods and everything that we create. The cost of it is that it's basically the resources of those things are at the cheapest they can possibly get. So it's a cost because in getting this cheaply, soy, like making certain new foods, like certain brands like soy, vegetable oils, and all that stuff. That's for profit, right? But what I'm saying is that, and so what that does is it causes the improvement of an area of a certain region to greatly to accelerate the growth. And if there's no regulation for that, then it's like they're gonna do everything they can to make that happen, and then they're gonna get profit. But my theory is that basically, because it's done in such a cheap manner, what's happening is that basically you have people that are really the people that, basically it's going back to the whole labor situation. So what's going to happen is that the consumption of this is going to lead to early death, and so we're basically becoming like China, in that China, I guess in a theoretical way, or I guess according to Smith, I don't know if he said China or Asia in general, but I think he said Asia. And now I maybe I'm misquoting, but he said something along the lines of they're meant to, and it seemed like it was totally out of context. I haven't read the whole book yet, so just bear with me. Something about that they make their their kids are created so that they can kill them off, basically, like so that they can sacrifice themselves at an early age for the growth of the country. And then he says that USA is more about fostering the kids for profit, so that they can generate profit later on. And I'm not sure what the difference between those two are, but I could tell you that with all this cheapness, it's going to cause everybody to basically die off really fast because it's a consumption, right? And it's causing health issues. So I know this might go back to the whole like health thing, but bear with me. So by everybody dying off really fast, the labor potential is going to decrease, because people with greater experience levels are going to be died off faster, and basically that's going to cause the labor to be a lot more scarce, and the value of it is going to increase to keep up with the demand. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that there's an issue necessarily with labor, but I would say that there's probably not going to be enough labor for everything to be passed around to the point where we actually have a society that's keeping up with the improvement of the society. So I predict that with all this vegetable oils and all this shit that we're doing, that we're pumping into the USA to improve it, because we're recycling the same methods that we've done over and over again, that basically there's going to be so much work that has to be done, and everybody's going to die off so soon, and nobody's going to be competent enough to be able to handle the work necessary. Or if it can be, then the labor is going to be so scarce and so higher valued that would make it so that basically pretty much anybody can work and become extremely wealthy, but are basically going to be able to make a lot of money just from working, so from labor. But I just don't see that. I think it's going to be dismantled because people are just going to die off. The ones that would, like the leaders of our country, are going to die. You're not going to have leadership anymore. You're basically just not going to have leadership anymore, and because they would, in a society where the economics were not so cheap to build, from cheap products, you would actually keep the people that were competent enough to survive for, let's say, till age 100. Instead, now they're going to survive to age 50 or so because of the shit that we put in our food. Anyways, I just thought I would throw that out there because it's my theory, and I'm still figuring this out with Adam Smith, which I thought was interesting. Thanks for watching.